What's up, Jags fans? UCF Jaguar here, and free agency is underway, and the Jaguars have gone to the defensive trenches where they've bulked up their pass rush by adding former Cardinals defensive lineman Calais Campbell to the team. So let's go ahead and break this player down. So the whole way this signing went down was really sketchy and it was actually a little worrisome. Last night it was released that there was pretty much a done deal done between Calais Campbell and the Jaguars. But all of a sudden Chris Mortensen put out a post that last minute that him and his wife are potentially thinking about the options between choosing between Denver and Jacksonville. Now what was intriguing to him about Denver is that that was his hometown and that they were offering him just a little bit less money. I think $13 million as opposed to $14 million that the Jaguars will be giving. But one of the Jaguars' biggest marketing tools is the fact that there's no state income tax in Jacksonville, which is a huge asset to our free agency abilities. Luckily, Calais Campbell did not pick Denver, as Adam Schefter reported out today that he's going to go on to sign a 4-year, $60 million deal with the Jaguars, with $30 million of that guaranteed. Campbell has officially wrapped up his 9th NFL season, so you would look at it as he's a big veteran, and why would he want to come to Jacksonville? Usually players that have this kind of longevity want to go to teams like the Patriots and teams like Seattle, teams that are really built to compete. But according to Josina Anderson, he wanted to go to the Jaguars because he really wanted to play for Coughlin. I guess this is something that he's been looking up to a long time, and he knows that he's a big football mind. He knows that he's a football genius. And he also knows about all the young talent on the Jaguars, and he really wants to be there to mentor this young defense and, make them great. So one of the first things you have to look at when you're signing one of these free agents is you have to look back and wonder, why did their former team not decide to re-sign them? Now, Campbell was a guy that Arizona really did want back, but unfortunately for them, they're kind of strapped for cash, and they just paid Chandler Jones, and they offered Campbell some money, but it obviously just wasn't enough to fulfill what he got and what the Jaguars were giving to him. And that's one big reason why they drafted Robert Nkemdiche last year, because they felt like Campbell was going to be on his way out, so they needed to get a replacement for him next year. Now, I really like this signing because Calais Campbell was the best pass rusher available on the market. If you look at his stats, over the last 8 years, he's had an average of over 7 sacks per year. And when I was watching the Jaguars last year with their defense, I really thought that we were a pass rusher away from being a really great defense. And if you look at our projected defensive line next year, we're going to have Ngakoue on one end, we're going to have Malik Jackson, then Avery Jones, and Calais Campbell on the other defensive end spot. Now, in my opinion, that's a freaking nasty defensive line. So today I was listening to a guy named Bertram Berry, who's a former NFL player, and he also works for Fox Sports Arizona. And when he was discussing this whole Campbell situation, the interviewer brought up about how much more do you think this guy has in the tank? Do you think he can still play at a high level? And then he said absolutely. I mean, last year he came off an 8-sack year, and he's an extremely hard worker, and apparently he's really pumped to come to the Jaguars and try to change the culture and be a part of that team that really breaks out and the team that the fans really look at and really love. So I'm obviously pretty excited about this signing. All our new free agents are going to be holding press conferences tomorrow, so I'll be really looking forward to that. But I really think we'll probably add another pass rusher in the draft, probably between rounds of 1 and 3, just because you really can't have enough pass rushers. But those are my thoughts on the Calais Campbell signing. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see in the next coming days whether or not they'll be signing a guard, because I thought that was going to be one of their top priorities, but it's looking like with all these guards off the market that's not going to be something that the Jaguars are going to be spending a lot of money on. So thanks for watching my video, guys, and go Jaguars.